Wow, what's going on? It's your boy Dolo J, and welcome back to the Kicking the Dolo podcast, a sports podcast where we talk about football and basketball, past, present, and future, top 5, top 10 stats, and more. So let's get right into the episode, man. I fell asleep last night. I was gonna try and drop this episode. It is currently 7:57 Eastern Standard Time in the morning, 7:57 a.m. I fell asleep last night. It had me a heck of a night last night. It was pretty fun. I hung with a couple friends and stuff like that, but it wasn't nothing too major. But yeah, I fell asleep last night, and I was supposed to get this episode out. I had all intentions of getting this episode out. So now I'm up at 8 o'clock in the morning trying to squeeze episode in before 1 p.m. But hey, the life of either a YouTuber, inspiring YouTuber, not expiring, but inspiring YouTuber. Man. It happens. So I'm still gonna give y'all the video. It might come out 1:30, 2 o'clock, or something like that. So yeah, hopefully it'll be out before the either the Sixers and 76, the Sixers in the next game. Excuse me. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. Last night we had 2 games, one for the East, one for the West, to determine the 8th seed in both conferences. The Heat ended up prevailing over the Bulls, and also the Timberwolves basically smashed the Thunder. I'm not really going to talk about those games too much. Jimmy did his thing. Now, the Bulls, I'm going to talk about it for a little while. The Bulls, the Heat were in control for most of the game. I say probably up until like maybe 4 minutes left in the third, maybe somewhere in that time frame to like maybe 10 minutes left in the fourth. They was, for that time frame, they was in control. And from the opening tip, after the first couple baskets, it was straight Miami Heat. The Bulls came back and did their thing. Levine was doing his thing. DeMar DeRozan was hitting his pull-ups. Vucevic was getting his little jump hooks in the lane. Kobe White was hitting some timely threes, but Jimmy Butler just would not be denied. Now, he did guarantee a last game victory against the Hawks, but ultimately they ended up falling short, and Trae Young talked about how he just wanted to make sure Jimmy took that L just because he guaranteed a W. But shout out to the Heat. They'll be going against the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Timberwolves are seemingly, I wouldn't say they really are back together, because you really don't know how the chemistry is between Kyle Anderson and Rudy Gobert, but they did their thing last night. Shea ended up getting bowled in the eye, and it ultimately kind of derailed the Thunder's momentum a little bit, even though the Timberwolves, they just came to play from Jump Street. They lost the last game to the Lakers, and this game they just said, you know what, we punching our ticket to the playoffs. So we're going to talk about the East matchups first. I'm going to go through each matchup or series, give y'all who I think is going to win, and probably how many games I'm going to win, and maybe a reason or two why I think the team I think is going to win is going to win. First, we're going to start with the Eastern Conference. Like we said, the Miami Heat go against the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee is most likely going to end up winning this series. I can see the Heat maybe getting a game, maybe, but Milwaukee just has too much firepower between Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Brook Lopez. Chris Middleton, he's back practicing and stuff like that. I know he suffered an injury towards the end of the regular season, but he's had some time to rest, given the fact that the Heat have probably, I don't think, only the playing teams have played since Sunday. So every other team, 1 through 6 for each conference, has just been rested for a full week. But yeah, Milwaukee all the way. Just got too much firepower. Jimmy is not going to be able to do it by himself. Jimmy and Bam have to come along for the ride, and then somebody else has to come along with him. Tyler Hero has to be the Tyler Hero that we're accustomed to seeing. A lot of times lately this season when I've tuned in the Heat games, Tyler Hero is basically just like fizzled out. He's kind of like just been there. He might give him like 12 points, 14 points, 15 points, 17 points, somewhere in that points range, but it's not really effective. He might hit a shot here and there, but it's never really ultimately the 40-point or the 40-point games we know Tyler Hero can drop. So this season has been very, very disappointing for Tyler. But Giannis, top 3 MVP. Know he's coming to play. Like I said, he's rested. Is it too much rest? Drew Holiday, on-ball defender. Drew Holiday is probably going to take Jimmy Butler, and it's just like, how do the Heat really match up? Because Bam's going to guard Brook. And then who you you have Cody Martin guarding what? Giannis? Or you probably gonna have Jimmy guarding Giannis. Jimmy is probably gonna guard Giannis. It's just, them boys have too much firepower, man. So on to the next series, we got the 2 seed Boston Celtics, who only have one less win than the Milwaukee Bucks, taking on the team that beat Miami in the first game of the play-in, the Atlanta Hawks. I got Boston winning this series 4-0. Straight up. Hawks might get a game, maybe, if they keep one close. But Boston ultimately is just they have too many players. Too many players for the Hawks. Now, DeJounte Murray and Trae Young for sure can get hot a game, and Clint Capella can have a dominant game on the boards. But them boys not. No. One game maybe, like I said, but 4-0 them boys. 4-0. Big 40. Harrison Barnes number. Like I said, too much firepower for the Atlanta Hawks. Boston Celtics have so many different type of weapons. Starting 5, Smart, Brown, Tatum, Horford, Williams. Then they got Brogdon off the bench, White off the bench. I like Sam Hauser. He's a good shooter off the bench. Grant Williams is decent off the bench. You guys really got like 2-3 different starting lineups, man. The Hawks not gonna be able to compete with that. They're not, bro. It's just gonna be too much for them, man. So all right, the first game of the playoffs, we got Philly taking on Brooklyn, the 3 seed in the East versus the 6 seed. I got Philly winning this series, probably 4-1. I can see Brooklyn possibly getting a game, maybe at home, or maybe possibly stealing the game from Philly when Philly doesn't play up to the potential that we expect them to play. And we already know how Embiid and Harden are in the playoffs, especially James Harden. We know a lot of times James Harden has done a lot of disappearing acts when it comes to the postseason. Joel Embiid as well. But this season, Embiid probably has a lot to prove. And then I really don't see like the Nets having anybody that can really like guard Embiid and make it tough for him. Like, not necessarily even stop him, just make his baskets hard. Nobody. Claxton is too small. You got Sharp. I don't think Sharp is really like experienced enough. Who else do we have? Who else do they have? That's all I can really think of. It's just like they don't have nobody for Embiid. Maxi's gonna do his thing. Tobias Harris might show up for a game or two, depending on what the bench does. But Brooklyn, I think Mikal Bridges and the boys, just the fact that they play so hard and they play such physical defense, I believe they can steal at least a game from Philly. Or maybe even 2. But I got Philly winning this series. It's not going 7. It might go 6. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't go past 5 or 4, really. But yeah, Philly all day. That's what I got. But all right. So we're gonna go to the 4-5 matchup in the East, and this is possibly maybe my favorite matchup in the East due to the fact that it's most likely gonna be the most competitive, at least in my opinion, and that's what a lot of others may think too. Cleveland, New York. 4 seed, 5 seed. I got the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, winning this series in 7 games. Now, it might go to 7 games, it might not. I know Brunson's been dealing with a foot injury. Randall's been dealing with an injury. I think he's targeting trying to come back game 1, but he might not even come back game 1. He might come back game 2 or something like that. So depending on the injury, depending on, how injured they are, because I believe everybody's a little injured during this time. You've been playing at least anywhere from 58 to possibly like 65, 70. Some guys have played 82. Mikal Bridges played 83 games this season. But yeah, man, guys have been playing a lot of games, a lot of miles, a lot of back-to-backs, man. Injuries, the playoffs. But they got a little rest, so we gonna see how they go and see how effective they are. But if they're anywhere from, I say maybe even 80, 85, 90%, I can see the series, going 7 games. And I can really see it going either way. I really depend on Donovan Mitchell, given the fact that between the two teams, he has the most playoff experience, I think. Not as far as like going deeper into the playoffs, but as far as like times going to the playoffs, I believe that's going to play a big factor, and he's going to be able to lift his team. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Karis LeVert have some experience as well in the playoffs too with Brooklyn. So them two boys are not going to shy away from the moment. Garland is gonna be his first time in the playoffs. We're gonna see how he do, and but yeah, I can really see this series going either way, man. Either way. I got the Cavs in 7. But I wouldn't be surprised given the fact of how the Knicks played this season and how well they played when Brunson, Randall, and Emmanuel quickly, and also the addition of Josh Hart. So, it's going to be some excellent guard play for sure. Excellent guard play. And we're going to see how Randall matches up against Mobley. See what he does, if he's healthy, and, whenever he does play. So now we're on to the Western Conference slugfest. This is like the 12th round of the hardest level of boxing that you've ever probably had to endure right here, bro. All these teams, now some of these first round matchups may not be the best, but once we start getting into, the meat and potatoes of the playoffs, semi-final round, conference final round, we gonna have some heck of a matchups over here in this Western Conference. But we're gonna start off with the 1 seed Denver versus the 8 seed Minnesota. I have Denver winning this series. I think Minnesota can possibly steal a game at home. Probably like 4-1, 4-2, depending on the health of maybe. I know Murray has been dealing with a knee injury, and we know Jokic's gonna come to play. It's really on the others, Murray's knee, and will Porter Jr. step up and be that bona fide third option that they needed. And the bitch is gonna have to put up some points as well, but I'm more concerned about Murray and Porter Jr. how they're gonna be. Now, Jokic, he got the 6th seed last season without him. The boys, they've been in and out of the lineup. They've been resting, things of that nature. But I really wonder what a fully healthy, full strength Denver Nuggets team can do in the playoffs. Minnesota, they got some bigs. They can attack them. They got Gobert, and they also got Towns over there, and they also got Anthony Edwards. And Mike Conley, he's not no stranger to the playoffs either. I believe he went to the conference finals one time with Memphis. So they got a savvy vet over there in Mike Conley. He's not gonna shy away from the moment. He's gonna rally his troops and things of that nature. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how the series plays out. I think it's still gonna be some interesting games. I think the games may be close, but I got Denver winning at 5. I'm gonna just go 5. Now, this next series, the 2-7 matchup in the West, Memphis versus the Lakers. This is like these next 3 series is gonna be very hard for me to pick, bro. Very hard for me to pick. I'm gonna go with the Lakers due to the fact that Memphis, their bigs they're kind of thin at the big position. They got Jerry Jackson Jr., they got Xavier Tillman, but like I said in my previous episode, man, when I was talking about how they possibly could win it all, episode 25, matter of fact, Kicking It Dolo, make sure y'all go check that out. Nice little plug in. But yeah, bro, it really depends on AD. LeBron might have to take over a game or 2 and bring home a game or 2, but AD ultimately is going to have to just put and impose his will, bro. I'm talking about and I'm not saying this to like slight Triple J or nothing like that, because he's an NBA athlete. I have respect for all NBA athletes. It takes a certain type of skill to get to the NBA and remain in the NBA. And he's also, top 3 defensive player of the year. But bro, you gonna have to son that man. Like, you gonna have to little boy that man, AD. Listen to me, AD. You gonna have to little boy that man, bro. I'm talking about son him, like put that boy in the basket. Now he gonna probably block a shot or 2 a game or something like that, because he go for a lot, but he also gonna get a couple fouls. But put that boy in the basket, bro. Stop playing. Put that boy in the basket. But yeah, man, I got the Lakers winning. Depending on how AD play, they really don't have nobody to guard them. They don't have nobody for LeBron either. Dylan Brooks did make a nice little thing. He was like, it'd be great for the legacy to play LeBron and put him out the first round, good test for the team, things of that nature. How the natural Dylan Brooks type thing. But I could see Memphis winning if AD just decides, man, just come out there. Nah, bro. Nah. All right, so now we got the 3-6 matchup. Sacramento. First playoff series in what, 17 seasons, 16 seasons, going against Golden State. That's another hard series for me to pick. I like them boys over there in Sacramento, but I'm gonna go with the Warriors in 7. Now, the reason why I'm gonna go with the Warriors, but I am sketchy about this a little bit. One, Andrew Wiggins hasn't played the back half. I think Andrew Wiggins hasn't played probably since like the All-Star break. You know, dealing with the things. I think it was reported something to do with his father being ill or something of that nature. So, Andrew, if you ever just so happen to see this, bro, I hope your pops get better. I hope you get back to the state where you can, well, ultimately he's back with the team, but ultimately you just get that peace of mind, bro. I know how it is to have a family member that's sick and to be extremely concerned about. So, yeah, man, I just hopefully, your pop's doing all right and everything with your family is okay and you get back to hooping, bro. We want to see you back on the court, bro. But Wiggins' health, with that can Golden State win some games on the road, bro? You already know what type of player De'Aaron Fox has shown himself to be this season during the regular season. One of the clutchest players in the league. I think he led the NBA in clutch points. With the game within 5 points with the game is within 5 points with 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes or less. Yeah, so that includes overtime, things of that nature, stuff like that. He led the league in that, bro. Led the league in that by far. So he really is taking that lead this season. Him and Sabonis is like a really good combo. I really like that. And then the way their team is structured. Kevin Huerter. I like Harrison Barnes at the small forward. Keegan Murray, I think he broke the NBA record for rookie threes in the season. For most threes by a rookie in the season. So Keegan Murray, he's a nice solid player. I think he was a 4-year player if I'm not mistaken. But they got a nice little squad and they could basically, possibly do some damage in the Western Conference for years to come. But Fox and Sabonis going to have to step up in a big way. I know Fox during the end of the season, he was dealing with like a multitude of injuries. I think he had a wrist or a finger, an ankle, a hamstring. So them boys got some rest, but we gonna see. Golden State definitely gonna have to win some games on the road, bro. Given the fact that they do not have home court advantage throughout the series, they definitely gonna have to win a game or two on the road. Now, Draymond Green, I do vividly remember him saying something along the lines like he wanted to play Sacramento anyway, given the fact that probably out of all the teams that's in the playoffs, Sacramento hasn't been there in a long time. So Sabonis has been there, I believe, with the Pacers, but as a team, as a whole, has they been constructed? I mean, Harrison Barnes, he has some run with the Warriors, and Kevin Huerter, I think he got some tick with the I think he got some playoff experience with the Hawks too. So, they're not just like complete babies. I think the only two, it's like most of the guys, but they got a couple guys who's had a little bit of playoff experience, man. So we're gonna see how that goes. And my favorite series, I hope Paul come back, bro. As y'all can see in my back, who jersey I got back there. Okay, Paul George. Favorite player in the league. He was shooting at practice. I think I seen the video yesterday or a day before yesterday how he was, but T. Lue said it wasn't no timetable for his return. But T. Lue could just be playing a strategy game with us, man. We don't really know what T. Lue thinking. Paul George might be starting game 1. We don't even know it. But I'm going to try and live stream all the Clipper games too. I'm going to try and live stream this series, bro. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. I'm going to try out the first game. It's going to be on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all make sure, I'm probably just going to try it through YouTube. I might eventually, incorporate Twitch into there. But right now it's just easier for me to just go live on YouTube. So I'll probably just try and do that. So if you can make it, I know some people going to have to work Monday morning, and some people going to be at work Sunday night, and people going to be out partying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you just come kick it with your boy for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Live stream Clippers games. And if they make it past this round, then we streaming all Clipper games during the playoffs, man. Forever long till they put my boys out. We live streaming. For certain. But yeah, man. Favorite series. 4-5. Phoenix and the Clippers. Clipper Nation gonna probably like. I know they're gonna probably give it to me, but I got Phoenix winning, bro. I got Phoenix winning. Only because I just don't know what Paul George is gonna do. I don't know how his health is gonna be. Norman Powell's been dealing with his shoulder. Bones Highland, he's cool. I like his energy and stuff he brings, but man, them boys on the Suns when they was playing last game of the regular season, that second team of the Suns was hooping. So our bench versus their bench, our starting five versus their starting five. KD, Booker, Chris Paul, Ayton. Like, bro, how are you gonna guard that? Like I said in my previous episode, bro. How are you gonna guard that, bro? How? So it's gonna be real interesting to see what type of defensive strategy T. Lue deploys. Does he trap KD, or does he just show? What does he do? How does he treat Ayton being down there? Does Ayton actually be a force though? Like, Ayton doesn't even have to be a force. He just has to be like a deterrent and just grab some rebounds, be a deterrent, and just give me like a couple points. Give me some points, bro. That's all you have to do. Zubac, listen to me, boy. Zubac, I don't need you doing none of that crazy stuff. I need you to block shots. The same thing I just told to Aiden, that's what I need you to do too. You do your thing, you catch your lobs and stuff like that. Put backs and stuff like that. Block shots. Get some rebounds. Be a deterrent and stay out of foul trouble, bro. Stay out of foul trouble. I like Mason Plumlee a lot, but going against Aiden and KD and them, bro. Listen to me. Stay out of foul trouble. But I got the Suns winning in 6 if PG is not healthy and he doesn't play the series. Now let's say Paul George comes back maybe game 3. I can see the series going 7. And I can see either team winning. Now Paul George plays the entire series and he's 100, he's close to 100%, or let's say he's like 90. I'm gonna go Clippers 4-2. Clippers 4-2. It's gonna be really interesting to see, bro. Booker and Durant, bro. Booker and Durant against Kawhi and PG. Hopefully PG can go, but yeah, man. This has been my first round predictions. Hopefully, like I said, I can get this out to you before 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna try my best. I'm finna go straight into editing after I drop this. But this has been your boy Dolo J. Episode 26 of the Kicking It Dolo podcast. Round 1 predictions. I'm probably gonna do another episode. I'm gonna probably live stream tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna do another episode maybe and try and drop it maybe Monday. Basically just going over the first games of each series, and just assess what's happened. Even though it's probably only one game, or I might wait to 2 games or something like that, and just assess what's going on. But this has been your boy Dolo J signing out. Till next time. Peace.